Hey everybody, this is Downtown Ricky Brown, and we're going to be talking about the seismic shift that's happening in corporate golf sponsorship right now as we speak. It's happening, and it started with, of course, the guys from Good signing with Callaway, and now we see Micah and Grant. Seems like they've kind of formed their own team. They're on team TaylorMade. So this is a big deal, and let's explain why this is a big deal, because this is going to change the face of the way things have been done. The old school will still be around. There's going to be a niche for that, but this is a seismic shift because historically, big golf companies can only sponsor. They only really sponsored players on the tours. So we'll just be talking about the men's tour today. But like PGA Tour, now you have the Korn Ferry Tour, and you sponsor players. And if you've got a really big, wealthy company, you can get someone like a Tiger Woods to sign. They're going to sell tons of merch, tons of apparel, tons of clubs. Rory McIlroy, those kind of people. But then when you start going down the line, it's like picking racehorses. You're trying to pick young, it's like being a venture capitalist. You're trying to pick a young player that you hope is going to rise up. You hope you get them inexpensively because they're like not well known. And you hope they're going to rise up and win and get some TV time at least. Or maybe have a personality like a Ricky Fowler type that's going to influence young people to buy the merch. Because at the end of the day, these companies are into selling things. They're into selling merch, apparel, mostly golf clubs and apparel in the golf world. Golf shoes, hats, shirts, blah, blah, blah. So we're seeing a big shift here because with Micah Morris and Grant Horvat signing with TaylorMade, just like yesterday, and then the boys from Good signing with Callaway previous to that. This is all starting to change the landscape. So let's say historically you've got a guy who's number 50th on or even 30th on the money winners chart. He's winning on the money winners list on the PGA Tour, much less the Korn Ferry Tour. So you go, okay, well, this person's a good player, we're going to sponsor him. A player could be great, but they may not have much of a personality. They may not have any kind of social influence. They may not have. They may never get seen on TV. So you got a handful of people who really know who that player is, even though they're making a living and they're really like great, but they just don't win. It's hard to win on the tour. It's very, very hard. Now you take Good on the other hand, or now Mike and Grant have split off. These guys can get 1 million views on their videos. I doubt that even. Let's just put players like a Tiger, Rory McIlroy, those kind of people. Put them aside. Just a regular golf pro who's a good player, how many views do they really get on a PGA event? Over a 4-day, are they going to be like super big influencers? I mean, you can get 1 million views on YouTube with these kids, or you might get lucky to get that many people watching a tournament over 4 days. Who's really the bigger influencer here? And we'll just stick with Mike. We'll just stick with Mike and Grant for now because they're both really good. They're probably the best two players in Good. So. To be a social influencer on YouTube, you can't be a hacker unless you're a comedian or something like that. You have a big personality and you're funny and you're just doing like joke golf or something. But otherwise, you got to be a good player. I think when those two players left Good, the two best players left. Those other guys are good players, but Mike and Grant have the best swings, but they have the personality and they're influencers. And so there may be guys on the Korn Ferry Tour that could beat him consistently. But that doesn't. I'm asking the question: does that really matter as far as selling apparel and selling golf clubs? I don't think so. I think we're seeing a huge shift here. I think we're going to see a shift to companies looking to sponsor YouTube influencers like Micah and Grant, as opposed to some young tour player. Unfortunately, this may hit the pocketbooks of some young tour players. But even a big tour player, they can go out. I don't think they're going to get the kind of numbers and the good guys will get, or Grant and Michael will get. I don't know. I don't think so. It's more fun. It's more entertaining to watch these other guys play than it is to watch these super professionals who can be a little bit boring. I'll do a video on that later. But at the heart of it, a big professional tournament has lots of different players. You've got, so let's say you get 1 million eyeballs on the tournament. It's over a period of days. They're watching different players. They may not be emotionally invested. You get to know the social media influencers. Like you get to know Micah and Grant very well. And the other thing is the young people. You get young people hooked in a brand. It's like in England, You support your local. You in the English Premier League, you support your local football club. And you start with that as a kid, and man, into adulthood, these guys are still fiercely loyal to that team that they were into since since they could walk. And companies kind of know this. So if you can get a young player who gets who gets devoted to a brand, so to speak, that can carry on for their whole life. And players like Mike and Grant are reaching a younger demographic. PGA event, you're going to get a lot of baby boomers, but they're working through their demographics. But on YouTube, with YouTube Analytics or things like TubeBuddy, I think it is, Analytics, you really drill down into your demographics. They're going to know the age groups they're targeting to specifically when you're watching a YouTube influencer, as opposed to scattered like shotgun marketing with a big PGA Tour event. So, anyways, I think you get a younger demographic. You get them young. You get them hooked to the brand. You have likable personalities like Grant and Micah with a good crew, and it's a lifetime dedication to a brand. So I can see why these companies are doing it so quickly. I can see why they're jumping on this bandwagon, and I think we're going to see a lot more of it. Unfortunately, now we're going to have a gazillion copycatters out there with golf channels and hacking the ball around and trying to make stupid jokes and be interesting. But I knew when I saw Good, like I knew they had something, and now you see the Live Tour tearing off. Now we're going to see YouTube take off. It's going to fundamentally change the way things have always been done. All right, we touched on a lot of subjects within golf, so so check back on my channel often. I'll be putting up some more videos on all this stuff. Thanks.